everyone, we're going to make some cornbread muffins, and actually cornbread broccoli cheese muffins. I have the recipe that I've kind of taken out of this book, which my father brought me, Great Flavors of Louisiana, but I wanted to make it without butter, and I want to make it healthier. And I think this would be really good for those who are gluten intolerant. So this is basically a non-gluten recipe. So what I put in, instead of using the half cornmeal in the corn in the half flour, AP flour, I've combined them, and I thought, why not just use the corn flour? Now there is a medium, that the cornmeal is a medium grain, whereas it's medium grounded, whereas the corn flour is like a fine, it's like a flour. So I actually added a little bit more in there. I added 2 cups, and then I added like maybe another 1/8 of a cup in there. Whatever that means. How many tablespoons is that? Well, anyways, I added a little bit more just so I can, because of the, to kind of take the place of the flour. So, and I just wanted to make sure that that was going to be enough for, and, because you have that gluten in that flour, whereas a cornmeal you don't. So, and I've made this recipe, and it comes out just fine and delicious. So I'm making it a little bit different. So I have my broccoli, and what I'm going to do, I have it cut up. I have my broccoli. I'm going to go ahead and steam it, and that's probably like, I don't know, ½ pound maybe. Maybe a cup. If you want to put some more, you can put some more. I'm going to go ahead and steam that up, and I think that should be enough. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can put some more broccoli in there. And I don't think you can have too much broccoli. I want to put a little bit more broccoli in there. So what you do basically, because I would say that's about, a good, it's over a cup, maybe a cup and a half. So rinse this out. I'm going to add a little bit more broccoli. I think you can't have too much broccoli. Besides that, it's in season, and it's delicious, and it's good for you. And basically what I've done is just taken my broccoli, and I kind of just cut it up into 3s. And when I take it out, I'm going to go ahead and cut it up some more. And then just stick it in there. Steam it, let it steam, let it do its thing, and it has plenty of water in there. You don't have to put any salt unless you want to, and I'm kind of careful with using my salt. And then, in the meantime, while that's cooking, I do have probably just a little bit, I would say about a good teaspoon and a ½ teaspoon of white pepper, a teaspoon of salt, which is the sea salt, and a ½ teaspoon of the white pepper, and I'm just going to stick that in there. And you're going to think this is kind of weird, but actually it works. It tastes really good. And if you want to put some garlic powder in there, you can. You can put onion powder if you want. You want to cut up some onions, but because I have my pot of greens waiting for me, it has all those nice little flavors, and I kind of want it, I don't want to overpower one with the other. And this is more economical. And I have some thyme. I'm going to put some thyme in it. And that's about, I'd say about a good ½ teaspoon of thyme. And you want to make sure you crumble it up in there, okay? You don't have to use the thyme if you don't wish to use it. And then, let's see, we're going to mix that. I'll set this aside here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon each of the baking soda, and actually a teaspoon and a quarter of the baking powder. And what that's going to do is going to help it to rise. It's going to help it to rise. So, plus the egg will actually do that for you. And then I'm going to take my eggs. This is such an easy recipe. Take my eggs. Do a couple eggs. Okay. And take my fork. And just go ahead and mix it. And then I have yogurt. This is going to take the place of butter. Well, not really take the place of butter, but it has some fats in it, and it's healthier for me. I think it's healthier, and plus it's going to give it that moisture that that I want. So I'm going to take about a cup. Where's my? And this is okay to use. Well, let me go ahead and rinse it. Okay, and I'm going to take about. I'm almost going to fill it up, almost to the top. And you know what? You could even use sour cream if you'd like. And the rest, I'm going to put a little bit of buttermilk. I know, it's strange, but this is what I do. And you could use canned milk if you want. Yeah, the canned milk. And then just kind of, because you want to put some kind of liquid in there besides the egg. Add your egg in there. You just stir it up. And see, that's going to need a little bit more liquid because you don't want it too thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more buttermilk. Just a little bit more. And I would say that's what? Another good. And you could use water if you'd like. If you really want to make this like this cornbread without. I usually use a fork to get this stirred. There you go. And that's nice, soft. This up, get it out the way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get a fork. For some reason, forks work better with me when I'm making cornbread. And then I'm going to put in up to a cup of shredded cheese. This is Colby. You could use a cheddar cheese. You could use Monterey Jack cheese. You could use, oh gosh, you could use whatever kind of cheese you want, really. To me, it's all the same. And that, to me, kind of takes the place of having butter, and you don't have to have all those fats, those additional fats in them. You can even, if you want, you could also saute some bacon. Put in about a quarter of a cup of bacon. Saute it and discard the oils from that, and then stick it in there. And then that's really delicious. So you want to get that all mixed up. Okay, let's see how our let's see how the broccoli is doing. Okay, it looks like it's about done. Get another fork here. That fork was small. Oh yeah, nice and steamed. You can even try it if you want. Yum. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I bring it out. How am I going to do that? Easy. As soon as I can find it, my little, okay, it must be in here. Oh, I have it together, don't I? Usually have everything together. I think I'm getting real comfortable with you guys. So you take your ice, you're going to give it an ice bath. Real quick, that broccoli an ice bath. Yeah. And take your, okay, take that. And all that fancy stuff about cooling it down and slowing down and cutting the cooking time. Yeah, it's true. But you want to cool it because you don't want to cook it. You don't want to cook it in the batter. You want to put it hot in the batter so it'll cook before you put it in the oven. So it's because it has to cook together. And you know that liquid in there, if you wanted to, and if you didn't want to use buttermilk, you could take that liquid that you steamed your broccoli with and put it in place of your milk. If you really want to go vegan, and that means you wouldn't be able to use the cheese, or you could just use the liquid if you want. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and get a nice clean towel. Don't trust that has a little spot on it. So you get a nice clean towel like this, right? And go ahead and take it out. My broccoli. Now I lost a couple stems. Okay. And you take your towel and you want to squeeze all the water out. So what I'm doing basically, here, I'll show you. I'm basically squeezing all that extra liquid out. And then just, okay. All that liquid came out. The extra liquid, I'll put this in here because I may have to do it again. And then just you can just cut it up. Now I have my oven preheated at 375, 400. Normally I would put it 425 and then lower it. But these are going to be muffins. And you just cut it up. And that's about a good couple cups right there. Okay? So, get rid of that little fork. Okay? Alrighty. Now you want to take the spatula, this little wooden spoon here, and you just want to mix it up. See? So, and then what we do, okay. If you want to add a sweetener, you can I add honey. I like my cornbread muffins to be a little bit sweet. So I'm going to add some honey in there. That's about, I'd say about a quarter a cup. If you want to add some sugar, you can. But I'm going to use the honey because I love the flavor. Have you ever had buttered honey with your corn? So, I know, you would think pepper and honey, yeah. Why not? Okay, let's see, I'm going to give it a little taste. Oh yeah. So I have, it's kind of sweet, and so let's put that aside here. Okay. And you really don't even taste the pepper, but it kind of, and if you want to put some pepper flakes in there, by all means, yeah, put the pepper flakes in there. So I'm going to clean this up real quick. Okay. Actually, I'm going to clean that up. Okay. And then this aside. Alrighty. And then I'm going to take my pun, okay, and spray it. Spray each one. If you have those silicone pans, I don't. I probably need to get them, but if you have silicone pans, I don't think you need to do as much as what I'm going to do. I think they're kind of cool, the silicone pans. I think those are really neat. Or the silicone baking stuff. I just have so many that I don't need to buy anymore. I mean, as far as, so you just kind of, I just want to make sure they don't stick. Okay. There. And just go ahead and spoon that in. My good old-fashioned spoon here. And just take a scoop of that. Each one. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead. Now I could probably do less, but I want these to come out little puffy. Put that on the top. And if you're concerned about your oven, you can always double pan, meaning that you can put a sheet pan underneath so that the bottoms do not burn. And I'm going to go ahead and decrease this to actually 375. Also, you can also use a bun pan with your cornbread. I brought these out, or I used to make my cornbreads out of my loaf pans. These are loaf pans, and you can actually make two with that recipe, and it'll be small. Or you can make one nice size one. Let's get serious now. Put these in there. I made a little bit of a mess. Alrighty. Okay, now I'm going to stick these in. Also, where are my... Put them both in there. And that should, I'll show you the results once they are done. then, well, there's going to be two parts, right? It has to be two parts. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up and go ahead and make sure that I clean up, and then we'll come back and look at the muffins. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.